present the 2004 Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic, presented by the Southern Quality Board Dealers. Tonight, it's the Class 5A State Championship. The West Monroe Rebels take on the Evangel Eagles from Shreveport. Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the Dome with my broadcast partner, Rob Mushmack. I'm Dennis McCain. Rob, these are two teams that have played a lot, and they look forward, I think, to playing each other.
Well, they're separated by an hour and a half on I-20 in North Louisiana. Evangel from Shreveport and West Monroe from West Monroe, and these two teams have played some classic football games, Dennis. Two of the high-profile teams, not just in the state of Louisiana, but in the United States, both having won national championships in the last 5 and 6 years, respectively. And Evangel beaten last year in a final game here, Dennis, but they've been in the championship game every year since coming to Class 5A in 1999. West Monroe, 8 of the last 9 championship games, they've been in it. And during that span, Evangel has beaten them 3 times.
Well, Denny Duron is the quarterback of the Evangel High School Eagles. He was moved to quarterback, but Billy Barefield is a young man who can make the Evangel offense move.
Well, Denny Duron, since moving to quarterback, has done an outstanding job with the Evangel offense, but Billy Barefield, you see his numbers right there, averaging almost 8 yards per carry, 13.51 on the season. He's a bruising running back, but he's got the speed to break away from you if he gets the opportunity. Also, 19 touchdowns. Now, Dennis, in the playoffs, Evangel has beaten their 4 playoff opponents by more than 20 points in all of those games, putting up 62 against Ryan Paralou and that East St. John club, which was a phenomenal football team, and they beat them down in LaPlace at East St. John. And Evangel, Dennis, just an excellent defense. Their offense is wide open and should be very, very exciting to watch. Dennis Dunn's got a good football team, Dennis. They played a national schedule this year. Teams from Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, and as far north as Minnesota.
Well, their opponent tonight, an old rival of Evangel, the West Monroe Rebels, Don Shows, brings his club back to New Orleans.
Well, back to New Orleans, as we mentioned, 8 of the last 9 years, Dennis. They've got a bruising running back in Brandon Banks, but that guy right there will pop it on you. Frank Goodin, 166 carries, 16-20, averaging right at 10 yards per carry. Had a phenomenal game last week in their semifinal win over Fountain Boot, but Brandon Banks is the guy that'll everything will read off of. If they hand it to him and he gets 15 or 20 carries, West Monroe's in really good shape. Then they'll give it to Goodin and he'll pop it on you.
Well, in just a moment, we'll be back for more pregame activities from the Louisiana Superdome, and then the kickoff in the 5A State Championship game, West Monroe and Evangel. From the Louisiana Superdome, the West Monroe Rebels, undefeated, play the Evangel High School Eagles for the 5A State Championship game, and we are glad that you have joined us on Cox Sports Television. Here come the Rebels from West Monroe. And from Shreveport, the Evangel High School Eagles in their black uniforms tonight. With Rob Mushmack, I'm Dennis McCain. Tracy Landecker will join us as the 3rd member of our team down on the field. A big crowd in the Louisiana Superdome for the 5A Championship.
Well, they've got them filtering into the upper deck here. This facility seats over 75,000, and there's a huge crowd in here tonight. West Monroe and Evangel one more time for all the marbles in Class 5A. You don't play it in a higher classification in the state of Louisiana. Let's go down to the field.
Sergeant David
to
Howard
Mitch Small
is presenting the Commanding Officer Superior Excellence coin to the referee. Louisiana High School Athletic Association thanks the United States Marine Corps for their support of high school athletics.
Team, y'all the leaders in the ball club. I'm looking for you as captains to control the ball club and all for the teammate. You see a teammate with a little hot-headed, just call them down. If you do your job, we'll do the rest. If you don't do the job, we'll have to take care of it. Okay. White, you're the visiting team tonight. Who's the call a coin toss? You will? Okay. Get that? Great. Hold it in the air, if I drop it, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
This is the same as what you said, right?
That other
Ready?
photographer?
What did you say? What is it? These teams, their choice.
West Monroe has won the toss. Denny Duron said they're going to defend the north goal, and West Monroe and Drew Thomas are going to get a crack at it.
White has won and will receive.
The Rebels say, give us the football. And so Evangel will kick off to start the game. A great atmosphere as both of these schools have brought big numbers to the Superdome from Shreveport and from Monroe. And if you're joining our broadcast in Texas or Florida or somewhere else in the Gulf South, Monroe is West Monroe up in the northeast part of the state and Shreveport in the northwest.
Don Schow's the head football coach at West Monroe, and what a program he's built up there.
And the visiting team from District 2 at 14-0, the West Monroe Rebels.
And the Rebel yell coming from the far side.
Well, they were calling for their Rebels to enter the field, and they did. But so did Evangel, and we are set for a real shootout in the 5A game.
Let's go down to the field for the
Please remain
presentation of colors
for the national anthem to be performed by Miss Dominique Jones, a junior at Evangel High School.
What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in gay proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, oh, and the home of the brave.
Are you ready for some football Louisiana style?
West Monroe and Evangel getting ready to get it on in the Big Easy.
It's the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic, and let's go down to the field to Mitch Small again
The
for
Louisiana High
the Nokia
School
Sugar Bowl
Athletic
Prep
Association
Classic
is proud to
presentations.
have the Nokia Sugar Bowl serve as title sponsor of the state football championships. At midfield, representing the Nokia Sugar Bowl, is Mr. Richard Smith, chairman of the Nokia Sugar Bowl Prep Classic Committee, accompanied by Mr. Jim Landis, vice president of the Nokia Sugar Bowl. The Sugar Bowl wishes to honor the participating head coaches and principals with a commemorative Sugar Bowl award. First, from Evangel High School, Principal Miss Linda Bass.
Westman.
Linda Bass, the principal from Evangel Christian Academy, accepting her commemorative watch
Next.
from Mr. Landis for the Sugar Bowl.
Head Head coach, Denny Duron.
Dennis Dunn. He's got a winner at Evangel.
And from West Monroe High School, Principal
They don't care where you're from, they'll play you. Cherie May, the principal from West Monroe High School, and what a place to be a principal of a high school. The community support there is just almost overwhelming at West Monroe.
And West Monroe head coach
does a wonderful job. And of course, Mr. Don Schowes, the coach, Don Schowes, got his Rebels back. They last won a title in 2000, the year they won the national
Louisiana
championship.
High School Athletic Association, again, thanks to the Nokia Sugar Bowl for their
here in
commitment
2002.
to high school athletics in Louisiana.
And the Evangel Eagles beat them then. So the Rebels looking for their first title in 4 years, and Evangel looking to make up for last year's loss to Hanville in the 5A championship game, in one of the better games ever played in championship level
The LHSA would
Louisiana
like to
football.
Our officials tonight are from the Lafayette area, and that's an honor to be chosen to be an official in the championship game. Let's take a break. Get set, everybody. We're getting ready at Cox Sports Television for the kickoff from New Orleans. Crew, let's go down below to Tracy Linedecker.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We've got the powerhouse of public schools taking on the powerhouse of private schools. West Monroe, 14-0, one of the only 2 schools coming into this prep classic undefeated, taking on Evangel. Although they have 3 losses, those 3 losses come from playing a national schedule. Guys, this is the matchup we've been waiting for. Back up to you for the action.
Thank you, Tracy. And you will hear some popping from your location down on the sidelines. Tonight's kickoff is being brought to you by Entergy. And the kickoff is for the 5A state championship. Evangel's team will kick it off. And West Monroe will get the ball first as Middleton returns the kickoff. And he brings the kickoff out across the 25-yard line out to the 27. That's where the West Monroe Rebels will play it.
Well, Adam Penn pinned him, and Drew Thomas, the very heady quarterback for West Monroe, brings the Rebels out. Thomas 65 of 150 for 1,271 yards on the season, 14 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
Drew Thomas is wanting to throw. Evangel's after him, and they have Thomas in the backfield, and down he goes for a loss of 4.
The skill position, Middleton, Robinson, Frost, Banks, and Goodin. For the Rebels up front, Winchester, Knox, Foreman, Stout, and Shapley. Rebel offense got it in gear last week, putting up big numbers against Fontainebleau in their semifinal win, and that offensive front had a lot to do with it. Some gaping holes last week for Banks and Goodin.
Bogan was the young man who made the tackle for Evangel High School. The Rebels line up in their familiar offense, and they'll give it to Goodin, the tailback. Goodin is hit hard across the 25-yard line. He fights forward to almost the 28.
And the Eagle defense up front, Bratton, Barron, Greathouse, Bell, and Schreiber. Very athletic. The linebackers, Hawkins and Kramer, they'll just flat out hit you. And the secondary, and you're impressed with these guys, Dennis McCain, Broadway, Stewart, Kramer, and Winston.
Matt Kramer, number 4, with the pop for Evangel. 3rd down and 9 to go for the Rebels, as Thomas calls his cadence and keeps the ball, and he is leaning ahead and diving over the 35-yard line. He's out near the 36. That's about a yard short of a 1st down.
Going to be a 4th and 1 for West Monroe, and Thomas He nearly reached out and got it with the second effort right there, but Drew Thomas going to take it to the sidelines, and the punt team going to come in. Dennis Dunn. His defense just got a 3 and out. He's won state championships, district championships, and national championship.
Van Buren is back to punt, and he'll hit it from the 27, but a whistle is being blown, and so we'll do it again and
delay a game.
Delay a game coming on the Rebels.
So that's going to back them up 5. And the Rebels will have to punt it again. 9:46 to go in the first quarter.
Cut the leg.
Don Schall's heading over to talk to the offensive unit. Evangel got a lot of pressure on the last punt. Let's see if they bring it again.
Love is punting the ball, and he puts a foot into it and kicks it down, and the ball is muffed at the 35, but Jennings very alertly falls on the football at the 39, and we'll see Evangel for the first time.
And Denny Duron brings them out. 26 touchdowns, 59% completion rate. They put it up 319 times, and Denny Duron has got a cannon for an arm. And very nimble on his feet. He'll tuck it and go with it if he needs to.
Denny Duron is back to get the direct snap. He has receivers to the right and to the left, and he'll put a man, Bachman, in motion, and then he'll pitch it out there to Barefield. And Barefield is running with the football. The Rebels are stringing it out, and they knock him down at the line of scrimmage.
The skill position players, Dunn, Bachman, Graves, Hewlett, and Billy Barefield. Barefield, keep an eye on him. He's a stud. Up front, Sanders, Caskey, Bogan, Ivy, and Stroud. Big offensive front. Stroud, the big man, playing at right tackle. 6'8", 335-pound tackle, and he's a junior.
Now Duron gets back in the naked shotgun. He has receivers to the right and the left, and a lot of them going out, and Duron guns it over the middle, and he puts it right on the money, just over midfield, and complete into West Monroe territory at the 49-yard line to Bachman, and it was Carter and Hardy defending for West Monroe.
Duron not scared to throw it over the middle, and the receivers for Evangel make a living right in there. They're not scared to get popped.
Duron with a good arm. He's back in that direct snap position again, and he has receivers all over the field, and he puts a man in motion. That is Barefield, and Barefield goes back the other way, and they flip it out to him. Barefield looking for room. He won't find it. Good pursuit by the West Monroe Rebels, by Van Buren and by Hardy.
Up front, Blackwell, Slocum, Ernst, and Luther Jackson. Luther, Swat Jackson. He'll knock it down if you get it around him. Shermari, Clemens, C.C. Carpenter, the linebackers. And these guys will have all they want tonight in the secondary. Carter, Love, Van Buren, Townsend, and Hardy. A lot of athletes back there, and they'll be tested.
Second down and just under 10 to go. Barefield is in motion again, and Duron fakes it to him and keeps the ball and has a first down. He has it all the way down to the 37-yard line of Evangel. Ernst, Kyle Ernst, the 222-pound player, knocks him down.
Coming right at you, makes a nice fake right there to get some extra yardage. Tucks it away, puts both hands on the football, and Evangel has a first down, a gain of 12.
Well, Rob, a lot of things to look at on the defensive side of the ball when Barefield comes in motion, and Duron either hands it to him or fakes the handoff. That time he faked it, and he had a big run and a first down, and Duron's back. in the shotgun again, and incomplete, trying to get it to Barefield.
So Evangel in the red helmets, all black with red, white, and blue trim. West Monroe, blue helmets, white shirts, and the navy blue breeches with the red and white stripe down the side.
Two powerhouses, as Trusty mentioned, in Louisiana. They're going head-to-head right now. It's a second down. And 10 for that young man, Duron, Denny Duron, and his Eagles of Evangel. The handoff is to Barefield. Barefield gets about 3 before the Rebels knock him down. Clemens and Blackwell were there to hit him.
Some quick facts on the Eagles out of Shreveport. They wear the scarlet and red and royal blue. Their record 6-3. They won the district championship, and their overall record 10-3. All 3 losses have come to out-of-state teams that are nationally ranked.
3rd down and 7. The situation, 4 receivers out to the left. And the ball gets by Denny Duron. And Denny is running, and he's still going. And now he is upended, and he's just chopped off his feet by Carter. Terry Carter, number 8, got him.
Duron just went right through his hands, and at the end of the play, Terry Carter comes in and finishes off Duron.
Graves is back to punt for Evangel, and Van Buren is backing up. Marcus Van Buren standing back at his own 10-yard line as Graves waits for the snap. He gets a good one, and he kicks it up in the air, and it's going to hit and stop right there. Just bounces straight up in the air. West Monroe will play it again for their 2nd time from their own 22-yard line on Cox Sports Television. Happy holidays, everybody from New Orleans. We're back in New Orleans. As you look at part of the big crowd that it's made its way and down to New Orleans, and you look at right there, the Eagle of Evangel High School, the mascot. West Monroe back on the attack for the 2nd time as Brandon Banks is pounding his way in the middle, and Banks picks up 2.5 on 1st down.
Brandon Banks with 920 yards on the season. He averages right at 10 yards per game. Some quick facts on the Rebels. 10-0, won their district championship, and their overall record 14-0. They were in a dogfight against Airline to win their district championship, and since that game, they put up some pretty serious numbers.
2nd down, 8 to go for the Rebs. And Brandon Banks has a hole, and he plunges into the secondary to the 36-yard line.
Big Brandon Banks, the younger brother of Tommy Banks. Baby Banks with a 1st down carry for the Rebels.
Dan Kramer ran him down.
Got 12 on the carry.
Well, we have a good one going, the 5A state championship. The competition is good. It's rugged, and it's in Louisiana. Goodin out to just short of the 40, maybe up to the 40, and a gain of 4 yards on 1st down.
Frank Goodin gets about 4 on the 1st down carry. 2nd and 6 for the Rebels.
Wes Winston shut it down for Evangel. The Rebels play it. 2nd down and 6 to go. Brandon Banks up close and getting the football and spinning away from one Eagle, but he won't get past the next one. Barone and Kramer combine on the hit.
Well, Well, listen to this at full speed. You don't have to turn your volume up. Little helmet-to-helmet action there. Dan Kramer. West Monroe 0 for 1 on third down conversions. They've got a 3rd and 2 here.
3rd down and 2 to go, but it's a long 2 for the Rebels. Drew Thomas has given it to Goodin. The Eagles do an outstanding job on the left side as they step in there and bottle up and hit the ball carrier. Schreiber was the first Eagle to get to him.
Schreiber just fought off the block. A loss of a yard on the play, and the Rebels are going to have to punt it away.
Scott Love is backing up to punt the ball, and he kicks it in the air. A short punt that is hitting and going out of bounds, and that one's going to be spotted in West Monroe territory when we come back on Cox Sports Television.
LSU, it doesn't get much better than that. So, yeah, we're real pleased.
Thanks for your time, Jim. I appreciate it. Guys, back up to you.
Jennings is returning the punt, and the ball is fumbled and bouncing away, and there's a pileup on the field. The Rebels of West Monroe recovered, but there is a flag down.
I think that's going to be a block in the back. And the Rebels will keep the football and decline the penalty. Watch the bottom left of your screen. And Evangel would have had beautiful field position. His own man jarred it loose.
In the back on the receiving team. Refuse. First down.
A break for the Rebels, and that's the way to get out of poor field position. And so now the Rebels have a little breathing room as they will play it from the 30-yard line.
Denny Duron, I think what he's trying to say is that's his own guy that hit him in the back, is what he's trying to say. But the officials will have none of it, and West Monroe has got the turnover.
There's a good look at Frank Goodin. And Drew Thomas, the quarterback, who is keeping the football, and Thomas is diving out to the 39-yard line, and Thomas has had a nice game on that option play tonight, Rob.
Well, he just tripped up on his own feet for the second time. He lunges forward just short, about a yard short of a first down.
Second down and just 1 to go. Banks, first down, Rebels. Nothing fancy right there as the Rebels go to Banks, Kramer, and Greathouse on the stop for Evangel.
Schreiber giving some instructions, checking the note card.
2 Kramers on defense for Evangel. Matt Kramer and Dan Kramer, 2 brothers. And 2 good players for the Eagles. Bobbled that time by Thomas. He does a good job of controlling the ball, and it was Bell who was in there giving him some trouble.
Trouble on the exchange. Lucky to hold on to that. Dives forward, gets it back close to the line of scrimmage. Second and about 10 and a foot. 10 to go in the first half. We're scoreless.
Second down and 10 to go for the white-shirted West Monroe Rebels. Goodin has it. Goodin is to the 49.
Frank Goodin picks up about 7. Watch the hole on the left side of the screen pop open for him. Right there.
Nice cutback. Matt Kramer is the Eagle that he ran into. Third down coming up. Third down and 4 from the 49.
Can the Rebels keep the drive alive? 0 for 2 on third down conversion.
The option, nowhere to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Eagles on the stop.
So the field position, West Monroe got back a little bit on that after the turnover, but no first down, and the punting unit is on the field.
Chase Jennings is retreating for Evangel. He'll stand back at his 12-yard line, and Love will put a foot into it, and Love hits it. Jennings is going to try to return it to the 20, to the 23. That's it. Down he goes. And as Jennings goes down, we'll take a break. Keaton made the tackle in there for the Rebs from New Orleans. Everybody, we are glad that you've joined us with 8:26 to go in the second quarter. Scoreless in the Superdome. West Monroe and Evangel.
Passing yards, not a factor for either club so far.
The option play and the pitch out to Barefield. Barefield is hit. He got about a half yard, but there's a flag in the backfield.
So we wait to see what the call is. And this looks like it's going to be on Evangel.
Legal motion, offense. First down.
So going to be first and 15. Well, on the replay, you see a little foot shuffling going on, and it cost the Eagles 5.
So now Evangel will play it first down and 15, and they'll play it from the 18-yard line as Denny Duron gets the direct snap. Close that little bubble screen on the outside, but that's not going to fool West Monroe. At the 15-yard line for a loss of 3, Kyle Ernst came charging in, and he put a stop to Barefield's plans.
Going to make it second down and almost 19 now for the Eagles. Duron to Barefield on the bubble screen, and the Rebels will have none of it. Ernst got there first.
Second down, and now the number to make is 18. Everybody out, and only Denny Duron who will keep the ball and then cut it back very alertly to the left side, and he will sprint out past the 30-yard line. And Denny Duron has it right at the first down marker. Carpenter finally ran him down.
This is a design. Freeze them and then take off. And the Eagles get the first down on the run by Duron.
But Duron knew the whole time Robbie was going to the left, but he looked like he was going up the middle, and when he got the Rebels leaning in there, then his blockers had the advantage over the defensive players from West Monroe as Duron cuts it to the outside and picks up a first down. Four to the right, one to the left. Duron is pumping, and he's throwing it to Barefield, and Barefield's catching the football. A spectacular play down the sideline to the 22 and a big gain for Evangel.
Duron just held him and froze him with the pump fake, and Barefield took off. And Duron laid it in the breadbasket. A long line of great quarterbacks at Evangel, 44 yards. It started with Josh Booty, Brock Berlin, Abram Booty,
First
John
down.
David Booty. Excuse me.
And John David Booty is backing up at Southern Cal.
Dan Leinert won the Heisman Trophy today at Southern Cal.
Barefield straight up the middle. Barefield still going. He's at the 11, and the Rebels hit him right there, but a nice gain and a good run by Barefield. Van Buren was the Rebel who stood him up.
Well, Billy Barefield did an impersonation of Flipper at the end of the play, but he got good yardage. Follows his blockers through the hole, and that can't be good for the lower back.
Just outside the 10-yard line, Evangel could pick up a first down just short of the goal line. Let's see what the Eagles do now. They'll keep Barefield back with Duron this time. And fake it to him, and Duron is hit at the 10. He leans into the 9, and a flag comes flying in as Clemens applies the hit for West Monroe.
That's going to back them up 10 as the Eagles, guilty of holding, will back it up to the 21.
Holding, offense, repeat first down.
Second penalty on Evangel for 15 yards. Let's go back to that play again. Barefield right there. He got the worst of that one. Four wides to the top of the screen.
First down over again, but this time 20 to go for Evangel. Here's a big charge by the Rebels. Duron steps out of peril. He's still trying to get to the outside, and he does, and he turns it on before he's bumped out of bounds.
Denny Duron is, he's pretty nimble of foot, isn't he? Got the corner, and they came on a blitz from the outside, and he evaded the pressure and ended up picking up about 7.
And that will make it second down and 13. Will Blackwell
now
shoved him out.
They can get a first down at about the 12-inch line. 4 wides to the near side.
Now Hewlett goes back the other way to make it 3 and 2. Duron throws, and he hits his receiver inside the 5, down to the 3. They get it to Hewlett. Well, Hewlett was on the left side. They put him in motion the other way, and then Duron picked him up and hit him at about the 7 or 8, and he moved it down to the 3.
Yeah, just ran a little out pattern and got it. The football comes loose when he hits the ground, but certainly a catch and a third down now, and just under 3. 0 for 2 are the Eagles on third down conversions. 4:40 to go in the first half.
Third and slightly less than 3.
They better hurry.
Duron to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Evangel High School, and a great job of getting the feet down for Schreiber.
Schreiber did a little Fred Astaire on the paint. Watch the feet here. Goes up and gets it, and he got it.
One's all you need. He got
He got one.
One. Good camera work, guys. The Schreiber on the move had the presence of mind to get that foot down, and the Evangel Eagles lead it 6-0.
Well, this one I have no idea. There was 20 seconds left on the play clock.
Illegal substitution, defense.
So, I'll tell you what, Dennis. Doug Stroud is a man. 6'8", 335. I mean, number 70, look where he's lining up on the extra. I mean, look at him. He's like twice the size of the guy on the other side. Look on your right side of your screen.
The extra point by Barefield is through and good. And so the young men from Shreveport, Louisiana, the Evangel High School Eagles score first, and they lead in New Orleans.
Evangel, the opening kickoff of the football game. The Eagles in white, Hanville in all purple, and, well, enough said. The Eagles were on top after about 15 seconds, 7-0. And then the fireworks began. Touchdown Eagles. 28-28 at half, and here come the Eagles again. But in the end, the Hanville Tigers would celebrate a 5A title as the defenses stiffened in the second half, and Hanville won it by a touchdown. And that one has not left the memories of the Evangel Eagles.
Here's the kickoff, and the ball is bouncing down to the 12-yard line where Fowler has it. Fowler is out to the left side, and Fowler is over the 25, and he brings the kickoff out to the 26-yard line.
The Evangel scoring drive, 77 yards in 8 plays, and 408. Denny Duron perfect on the drive.
So the Rebels get the football, and they have 4:10 to go until halftime, and they'll take over after the kickoff at their own 26.
Timeout, Evangel.
Yeah, Evangel wants a timeout. It's the 5A state championship in the Superdome being brought to you tonight by Ouachita Credit Plan, by StopACrack.com Windshield Repair and Supplies, Dan's Southern Style Barbecue, Green Sports in West Monroe, and what a great flooring and decorating store for Teresa's in West Monroe, the Hampton Inns and Suites in New Orleans, DiMaggio, Wright, Roy, and Edwards, Cajun Constructors, Cracker Barrel, and FlashFixPhoto.com. All of the beautiful pictures from the 5 championship games here in the Louisiana Superdome.
Dennis Dunn and his Eagles are up a touchdown. Don Schals and his Rebels are trying to counter.
Thomas is handing the ball to the second man through. Goodin. And the hit was a good one from Bratton, Rashad Bratton.
Boom. One more time. There's a lot of hitting going on down there at Dennis McCain.
This is another great 5A state championship game with some hard hitting. That's the way we play it in Louisiana. Drew Thomas keeps the ball, and Drew Thomas advances the pigskin for a West Monroe first down, and a flag is coming in late.
Way after the play, and that's got to be unsportsmanlike. Right in front of the Rebel bench. And this is going to cost somebody 15.
Our officials once again from the Lafayette area. And let's check out the call.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense, personal foul, offense, offset, first down.
Watch on the right side of your screen on the replay after the play.
Well, the whistle blew, but the competition didn't between Evangel and West Monroe, but it was after the first down, so West Monroe plays it 1st and 10 from their own 38. Thomas to Brandon Banks. And Banks is pounding the ball across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon Banks. The old student body left. That was the big play back in your day, wasn't it, Dennis?
Well, it was one of them. Or just, well, it's usually on a pitch play where everybody just goes one way, but that time Banks followed his blockers to the left.
You know, that was before the forward pass was allowed in the game.
All right, here we go. West Monroe plays it 2nd down, and they'll play it along at 6th and Thomas to throw. Thomas over the middle, and he has it complete as Willie Fowler catches the ball for the Rebels.
Fowler was in man-to-man coverage, and the Rebels with 2:11 to go have a little something brewing. Thomas put it right where his receiver could catch it. Not bad coverage that time by Stewart. But the Rebels have a little drive going.
At the 32-yard line of Evangel High School, Goodin is stood up. One of the Eagles came in and hit him hard, and the official drops a flag and blows a whistle, and once again we have a stoppage in play. It was Michael Hawkins who applied the leather that time.
Holding Rebels. $1:50 to go in the half. And Don Schowles.
Holding, offense, repeat first down.
Getting an explanation.
The Rebels will play it 1st down and 20 now, and they'll play it from the 43. There's a wide out on the left, and the Rebels put a man out to the right, and they'll put Goodin in motion, so that leaves only Brandon Banks. And here's a charge by Evangel, and West Monroe tries to set up the screen, and that one was overthrown, and a dangerous pass in the middle of the field.
Very dangerous pass, and the Rebels are lucky there that a gentleman dressed in black didn't pick that and head the other way with it.
Well, there's a big charge by Evangel, but that's what you want to do, is let them come in, suck them in, and then put it right over their heads for the screen pass. But the pass too far, and it was well covered by Evangel.
Certainly was, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 21 for the Rebels.
Here is Goodin back the other way on a counter, and he slashes inside the 40 to the 39, gets some of the penalty yardage back. Bratton Rashad Bratton on the stop.
Third down now and 17 for West Monroe as the clock nears the 1 minute mark. And look for them to let this one run down and take a timeout. No hurry at all. The play clock is at 7. The play hasn't even come on the field. Timeout, West Monroe.
So the Rebels call a timeout with 51 seconds to go until half. Trailing 7-0. Enjoying good field position, but facing 3rd and long, 3rd and 17.
The great outdoors is finding its way into your home with Cox Sports Television. Tune in each week for our unique and exciting hunting and fishing shows. Join us on Saturday and Sundays for the best outdoor programming CST has to offer. For a full list of our outdoor programs, visit www.coxsportstv.com. Some great outdoor hunting and fishing in the state of Louisiana, and you can see it all right here on Cox Sports Television.
Once again, the situation is 3rd and 17 for West Monroe as some of our fans enjoy the game.
She knows she's on now. West Monroe 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions.
Well, they're due. Let's see if they can get one here. 3rd down, 17. Drew Thomas to Goodin. Goodin has yardage down to the 30-yard line. He's still well short of the 1st down, but that puts West Monroe in a situation where they can either try a long field goal or go for it on 4th down as the clock ticks down to 32 seconds to go until half.
A half a minute left, and the Rebels are letting the clock run. And they can let it run as far as they want it to.
Well, they don't want to give Evangel another chance. Down to 14 seconds. Both teams with 2 times out left.
So at 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2 seconds, they take the timeout.
Put 2 seconds back on the clock.
Well, the Evangel crowd applauded as the clock ran down to 0, but you know that Don Schaus was telling the official right where he wanted him to stop the clock, and he'll stop it at 2 seconds.
So we'll have one more play in the 1st half. And the field goal unit is coming on the field.
Jonathan Nugent, who kicks off for the Rebels, has a good leg, and he's the long kicker, and he'll try right now a 47-yard field goal.
He's got the leg, and he's squared up in the middle of the field.
Well, he'd like to square it up between the uprights. The first thing he needs is a good snap, and before he can kick it, a flag comes flying in.
Well, is it going to be 52 or 42? It's not going to be 47.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike.
Oh, what a big call. That's 15 yards.
Ouch.
And that will put the ball at the 15-yard line.
Whoa. 3 penalties for 30 yards now, and goodness.
What was that? Maybe a verbal exchange?
No maybe about it. There was no movement there. Somebody said something. So what would have been 47 is now going to be 32.
Nugent stays in.
He certainly has the leg for this.
A 32-yard field goal attempt for the young man from West Monroe. Snap is good. The kick is in the air, and it looks good. And it is. The Rebels get on the board. They pick up 3 on the last play of the first half.
And Dennis Dunn is livid.
He's livid, but they won't take the 3 down. The Rebels have it. And we have reached the end of the first half. Let's look at Nugent kick it again.
It's true.
And he's glad he had the extra 15 yards.
You're right. He had good height on it, but gave it enough to get it 2 from 32. And Dennis Dunn would like an explanation, but it doesn't appear he's going to get what he wants to hear.
So the Evangel Eagles and the West Monroe Rebels will go to the locker room, and Trusty Linedecker is grabbing Coach Dennis Dunn, and let's check in with Trusty.
All right, Coach, we know you have a strong passing game. You've been running a lot of short routes. Are you going to open up, stretch out the field in the second half?
Yeah, you know, we hit the deep ball to Billy in a mismatch over here, and you know, what they're doing is playing ball control, trying to keep the ball out of our offense's hands, which is a good plan, but, you know, we just have to, when we have possession of the football, make good decisions and put the ball in the end zone every possession we get, because they're going to try to limit our possessions tonight.
Now, your defense was pitching a shutout up until the 3-point field goal. Do you make any adjustments in the second half on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, our defense is playing great. I'm proud of them. You know, it was unfortunate they're late. You know, the kid didn't have the strength to get that kick. And, you know, he says he was saying that, you know, watch offsides, and they said he was saying hut. So what, you know, it's just one of those things.
Coach, good luck to you in the second half. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Trusty. Good job. Trusty Linedecker, our sideline reporter for all 5 of the state championship games. It's anybody's game at a 5A state championship game. Evangel is up by 4, but there are 24 big minutes left in the contest. West Monroe to kick it off, and it hits one of the up men and comes back, and there's a pile-up and a fight for the football. West Monroe recovers.
Wasn't an onside kick, but ricocheted off of an eagle, and West Monroe gets a huge break to start the second half. One look from the end zone, and you see right there the Rebels pounce on top of it. I don't think anybody expected that one.
Anybody's ball after it hits the eagle from midfield. West Monroe plays it with their I formation. Brandon Banks up close. And Goodin throws it back to Drew Thomas, who airs it out way down midfield, trying to get it to Middleton. No good and no flag.
Looked like good coverage downfield by Michael Hawkins. So the Rebels go into the bag of tricks early, but the Eagles were there. What do you think at home? One more time.
Close, but no flag from midfield. Second down, 10 to go for the Rebs. Drew Thomas keeps it. That's opened up tonight several times, and it does again for Thomas. All the way down to the 30-yard line of Evangel. Kramer finally knocked him down.
And Dan Kramer, not Matt Kramer, but Dan Kramer very upset with himself. 20-yard gain. Watch Kramer 13 right here. Right there. Very upset with himself. Matt Kramer comes in and finishes off Thomas, but a gain of 20 and a first down for the Rebels.
Drew Thomas adjusted his helmet while he was running that time, and down to the 30 he goes. The Rebels trying to capitalize on a big break to start the second half as Brandon Banks is faked two again, and once again Thomas keeps it, and this time he gets two.
Thomas really does a nice job of leaving the football in the belly of Brandon Banks and then yanking it out of there. Leaders for the Rebels in the first half, Thomas 2 of 4. Goodin had 7 carries. He averaged 5 yards a carry. Banks also averaged right at 5 yards per carry, but not a lot of offense from either club in the first half.
Second down, the Rebels play it 2nd and 8. Thomas with the cadence, and he calls the signals, and this time he does give it to Brandon Banks. And Banks is plowing ahead with it, and he's plunging down to the 22-yard line.
Banks got about 6 on the carry, nearly 7, so a third down and a short 2 for West Monroe.
Broadway stopped him, but not before Banks advanced the football to the 22, 3rd down and 2 to go.
There's your start of the game. West Monroe 0 for 5 on 3rd down.
Let's see if they'll give it to Banks here to Goodin, or will Thomas keep the ball, or maybe trickery. The pitch to Goodin. Goodin is slashing with the ball to the 15. First down, Rebels. Zach Schreiber on the stop.
Well, the Rebels are off the schneid on 3rd down conversions, but it was tough. They had him stopped for a loss right here. And it's Kramer again. Schreiber finishes him off, but first down Rebels at the 15.
Goodin had a full head of speed that time on the right side, and it propelled him to the first down at the 15.
Corner blitz.
And the handoff on the inside, and nothing doing right there. A gain of only 1 at halftime. Trustee Landecker visited with Coach Don Schaus of West Monroe.
Well, actually, Dennis, I visited with some of the team, the players from West Monroe, and asked them what Coach Schaus told them at halftime. He said basically stick to their game plan. They're doing good. They just need to execute the plays a little bit better. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Tressie. Good job getting the information down there. And we have had some fun in New Orleans with Rob Mushmack. I'm Dennis McCain. Trustee Landecker down on the field, and Goodin has the ball. There's nowhere for Goodin to go. The Eagles stack him up. He ran right into an Eagles nest on the right side.
Goodin did well to get what he got on that one, which was about an inch. So a 3rd down again for West Monroe. See if they don't try and get Thomas outside again. They've had good luck with that. They've got a lot of room on the near side. 1 out of 6 in 3rd down conversions.
Middleton is moving out to the left, and Fowler's out to the right. And Goodin has the football. He has a fake of the football, and Drew Thomas throws to the end zone. No good.
Several Rebels in the area. Great
nice
play fake, froze them, but the Rebels nearly committed the turnover. So 4th down, and Hewlett is on again.
Stewart was defending in the end zone. A nice fake by the quarterback, fakery, as he reached a hand out that didn't have the football and then bootlegged it out to the left.
32-yard attempt.
Nugent to try it. Nugent's kick is up, and his kick is perfect and good. And the Rebels draw to within 1 point of the Evangel High School Eagles. So West Monroe gets a big break, and they put 3 on the board.
passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
You want to own a computer but have less than perfect credit, bad credit, no problem. If you have a checking account, a home phone, and can afford a payment of just $35 a week, Blue Hippo Funding says you're approved, guaranteed.
I'm Mike Jones, and I got mine.
You're approved for a brand new name brand computer. Your only qualification is a checking account, home phone, and a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months.
I got mine.
Your approval is guaranteed. If you can afford $35 a week for just 12 months and have an active checking account and a home phone, you're already approved, guaranteed.
I got mine. Call right now and tell us where you want your brand new, brand name computer delivered. I got mine.
And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll include with your order a free upgraded monitor, a free web camera, and a free 1-year warranty and in-home tech support. Call now and get yours. Blue Hippo Funding says you're approved for the computer of your dreams, guaranteed.
Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome to the 5A state championship game. The Rebels happy on the other side of the field as they get a little closer, and we check in with Tressie Linedecker.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm standing down here with Greg Waddell of Southern Quality Ford, who's the sponsor, and also Rebecca Terrell, the winner of the poster contest. What a beautiful poster, Rebecca. What inspired you to draw it?
My mind, my head completely.
You're an art student at Pineville?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, congratulations. And Greg, what a great honor for you to be down here presenting this to Rebecca.
Well, thank you very much. We're just very proud that we can be a part of this great event through Southern Quality Ford Dealers and LHSAA.
Thanks, Greg. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Tressie, and congratulations again to that young lady. West Monroe to kick off. Bachman and Barefield are deep, and Nugent will kick it, and it hits, and then is picked up by Bachman, and Bachman is back across the 20 to the 23.
Join Cox Sports Television in supporting the New Orleans Hornets. CST is the home, the third consecutive season of Hornets basketball. Televised 65 live games all season long. You don't want to miss the chance to bring NBA basketball right into your home. Shake it up with the Hornets. And don't forget to tune in before each game for CST's pregame show, Hornets Tonight. NBA action, it's fantastic.
Good job, Rob. One night, let's all get together and head down to New Orleans to see the Hornets play. I know that you've seen them a couple of times already, but a lot of excitement in NBA basketball in New Orleans. Duron starts back where he left off, back in the shotgun for a direct snap, and this time he goes short with the pass out to the 31-yard line as he gets it to one of his receivers, and that is Derek Dunn, who catches the ball.
Well, here they go again, Dennis. They've been going short and underneath all day, and you know it's just a matter of time before you're going to see a pump fake and somebody heading north or south, depending on which way they're heading. Right now, they'd be heading south.
Van Buren was defending.
Maybe it'll be
for the Rebs.
Derek Dunn, the big dog winner.
Two wideouts to the right. The fake to Barefield, not getting full. The Rebels charging in there for West Monroe was Townsend. Kyle Townsend knocks Duron to the ground.
And a big loss on the play. Didn't go for the pay fake to Barefield, and the Rebels are now going to have an opportunity for a 3-and-out and get the football back. So we've played more than half of the quarter, and the Evangel offense has only run 2 plays, and here they are with a 3rd and 11.
Well, Coach Dunn said that's what West Monroe wanted to do, control the clock. Duron maybe changing the play as he changes the formation, and now he's in the naked shotgun. Here's a charge again by the Rebels. Duron steps out of it, and Duron still has the ball, and he's trying to work his way down the field. The Rebels popping and rudely hitting.
At the
27-yard line.
This one's getting nasty, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But we're in for Denny Duron. He's a little scuttlebug back there. Look at that, the nice fake. Slocum nearly got him. And game tackling at the end. But the Rebels will get good field position again. Van Buren stands at his own 40. And this place is noisy.
Well, Carpenter finally came in and belted him, and here's the punt. Van Buren is deep for West Monroe. That one will go out of bounds, and we'll see where the official will mark it. He's still walking, and he is going to settle in just short of midfield. Tonight's game, everybody, is being brought to you in part by Washita Credit Plan. StopACrack.com, windshield repair and supplies. Dan's Southern Style Barbecue. Green Sports in West Monroe. Teresa's Flooring and Decorating, a beautiful store in West Monroe. Hampton Inns and Suites in New Orleans. DiMaggio, Wright, Roy in Edwards, representing injured people throughout Louisiana. Cajun Constructors, Cracker Barrel, www.flashpicsphoto.com. All the beautiful pictures from the state championship football games at the Superdome. Not only pictures from the action, but cheerleaders and bands and fans, and check out that website. Goodin to the right side has running room as he makes the edge. He's still going. Goodin is flying down the sideline. A big run to the 26. Matt Kramer ran him down.
Well, Goodin doesn't need a whole lot. He got an inch and he took a mile. Frank Goodin, look at that, just squeezes through, and great balance on the sidelines. Tiptoe through the tulips, Frank Goodin.
And he used every inch of the artificial field here in the Superdome. Of course, they have an artificial field at West Monroe.
Same field.
At the 26-yard line, Drew Thomas. Little mix up there in the backfield, and Brandon Banks has the ball, and give him credit, he got a yard, and there was nothing there because Wes Winston was stepping in for Evangel.
Well, Dennis Dunn knew exactly what the Rebels were going to do, and that's ball control. And 7 minutes into this quarter, Evangel has run 3 offensive plays, and that's it. You can't score when you don't have it. Well, you can, but not when they're not making mistakes, and the Rebels aren't.
2nd and 9. Brandon Banks again. The big guy is lumbering with the ball and fighting his way inside the 20. And before he's through, he's down to the 19.
Well, as fast as the Evangel offense can strike in us, you've got to believe that Don Schals doesn't want to settle for another field goal. It would give him the lead, but field goals would mean Evangel didn't need but a field goal to get back on top of you, and you can't keep going down there and coming up short.
Oftentimes, field goals come back to haunt you.
1 of 7.
They'd like to finish this one. Thomas keeps. Thomas dives forward. First down, West Monroe Rebels.
What a gutsy play by Drew Thomas. When he extended like that, Dennis, he didn't know what was coming from his left or from his right or from behind, and he opened himself up to get P-laid. Watch right here. But he did it, and he got the first right there. You can get clobbered when you do that.
2 times or 3 times tonight, Thomas is stretched out, and he needed to stretch out that time to get the first. West Monroe with a big advantage on the ground right now. Thomas is keeping again, twisting in the middle to the 12.
While the Rebels are doing it on the ground, the clock's not stopping, and they're moving it in bits and pieces. But they're moving it.
Chewing the clock up in the 3rd quarter all the way down to 3. 15 to go.
Thomas, 10 carries, 48 yards.
Second down, 7. The pitch to Goodin, the 10, the 9, the 8. That's it. A host of Eagles led by Dan Kramer, number 13, and stop the forward progress as Goodin is popped and popped hard.
Yeah, he got hit hard. He takes a pretty good pop right here. One of the teammates needs to help him with the laundry. The shirt is, well, it's all knotted up. He's a billboard for Douglas.
Third down and 3 to go. Both these teams play hard. They play rugged football in the Monroe area. And Evangel is hitting hard tonight, too. Brandon Banks, touchdown, West Monroe.
The Rebels finish one off. And the Rebel sideline is going bonkers. An injury to an Evangel player on the side at the 10-yard line. Banks one more time. John Bell is the man who's down, but power football, Rebel style.
Rob, we did the semifinal game, and we saw a different Brandon Banks that night at West Monroe, a determined Brandon Banks.
Well, determination there, and you certainly hope that Bell, it looks like an ankle, is not seriously injured, but right now the Rebels have a 12-7 lead. Don't be surprised to see Drew Thomas and the offense go for 2 here. It wouldn't hurt them. Good to see John Bell getting up. Banks, and all 50 of those, buddy, came about, he's averaging about 4.5 a carry, but that's because he popped 1 or 2 of them for 10 or 12, because the majority of those carries have been of the 1- and 2-yard variety.
Well, we had a chance to visit with his brother, Tommy Banks, up in West Monroe, and what a fine young man he is. And my goodness,
if I'm not mistaken, that's Dr. Tommy Banks to you, Mr. McCain.
And this is the last of the Banks players at West Monroe. Brandon Banks, they call him Baby Banks. Let's see what happens here now, as West Monroe will go for 2, and they'll hand it in there to Banks again, and look at him fight, and it's good as he gets to the end zone. A 2-point conversion, and the Rebels of West Monroe lead it at 14-7 as they grab the lead for the first time tonight after the touchdown.
That is all Brandon Banks, and the ball broke the plane. Good call. Rebels by 7. 14 unanswered by the Rebels.
The West Monroe Rebels from Ouachita Parish leading over Evangel from Caddo Parish. Monroe against Shreveport, and the Rebels right now up by 7.
Wendy's High School Heisman recognizes seniors who excel in scholarship, athletics, and citizenship. Now, let's meet our Wendy's High School Heisman state finalists in Louisiana. Callie Skiro, Maryville. J.V. Lafitte, Converse. Caleb LeVay, Mandeville. Brittany Jones, Iota. Amy Swallow, Rain. For updates on the Wendy's High School Heisman program, tune in to your local stations.
Everyone loves this community and wants to make it better. I'm Jim LeBlanc. I've spoken to you before about Volunteers of America and how we deliver hope and results. We have proven solutions for community problems. Our services touch 44,000 children, families, seniors, and persons with disabilities this year. Please help us make a real difference by giving your financial gift today. Call us at 482-2130.
End Christmas right with the LHSAA Class 2A Football Championship between West St. John and St. Helena. Happy holidays from our team to yours.
This is Mike McKenzie with the New Orleans Saints, wanting to wish all the viewers out there a Merry Christmas from Cox Sports Television.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Big Easy. Pat O'Brien's in the quarter.
I think Dennis McCain shot that footage with his own video camera last night about 3:30 a.m.
That was too early.
This copyrighted telecast of the LHSAA Football Championships may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of Cox Sports Television. And no, Trish, he wasn't there. Matthew, Daddy was fast asleep, dreaming away. Scoring drive, 7 plays, 50 yards, 317, and Banks powered it in from 8.
Ahead of speed this time as he goes to the 26, and down he goes, and flying in there to make the tackle was Battaglia for West Monroe.
A lot of chalk talk going on the Evangel sideline with the defense. Dennis Dunn. That's a war out there, Dennis McCain.
That it is. The breaks thus far to West Monroe, but let's see if Evangel opens it up now as they'll keep 2 blockers back.
Remember, they've been going underneath all night.
And they'll send it to the up man, Duron, to throw it. Duron throws it to an open receiver, Hewlett. Hewlett is to the 40. Hewlett's still going. He's inside the 30. Hewlett is running with the football down the sidelines, and he is out of bounds at the 17-yard line of West Monroe, and here come the Eagles.
Well, they bid on it. We've been saying they've been going short all night, and that's a fumble if he doesn't catch it. But Duron lets it fly, and Hewlett got behind him and made him pay.
And a stiff arm there by Hewlett gives him another 12 yards.
57 yards on the completion of that young man right there.
Van Buren was fighting with him, finally got him down. Evangel on the move at the 17 as we move inside of 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles put a man in motion, and we saw that earlier back the other way. And the screen pass out to the left, incomplete. They tried to get it to Graves, but it was too high as a lot of movement in the backfield. Legal movement by Evangel.
Well, Evangel, a lot of movement on the offensive side. Duron, that's pretty salty stats right there. 9 out of 12 for 136 and a touchdown, no interceptions. But it seems like an Eagle's always on the move. Prior to the snap, they got some formations. But that man right there, defensively, they've come up with a stop for the majority of them.
All by himself, Duron is set to take the direct snap, and he has wide receivers all over the place, over the middle, and right on the numbers, down to the 2-yard line to Bachman, who catches the football right in his tummy, and Arthur Hardy hit him for the Rebels of West Monroe, but not before the ball was advanced. They spotted at the 3.
Duron set the feet and just fired it in there, and Hardy comes up with a stop, 14 yards and a first down, 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Duron hit the number 3 on Bachman.
We hadn't seen a lot of Billy Barefield since about midway through the 2nd quarter.
Duron keeping the football, looking for the corner of the end zone and finding it. Evangel has a touchdown. Touchdown, Eagles.
Student body right, and Denny Duron runs it to the post. Check it to the flag.
A 3-yard run for an Evangel touchdown.
Coming right into your lazy boy, Denny Duron. Touchdown, Eagles. And it didn't take the Eagles long.
Billy Barefield will try to tie the game up with the PAT. But we'll get a penalty before Barefield kicks, and I think maybe movement by one of the offensive lineman.
Dead ball, false start, offense.
So that'll back it up 5 yards, and every point important. This one very important right now because the extra point would tie the game.
Fourth penalty for 35 yards in Barefield. And you're going to have 5, and then you're going to have 15.
Pushing on the field, and first the flag was dropped, and then a little something extra happened.
A lot of emotion on the field. These two teams have slugged it out many, many times in big games, and they're in one tonight, and this one's a tussle. 1-point game right now, and Dennis Dunn awaits the call and his special teams unit to try an extra point to tie it.
Well, they're still trying to sort it out, and now we'll hear an explanation.
We got a dead ball, defense, offside. We got dead ball on sportsmanlike, defense, defensive, dead ball on sportsmanlike, offense, offset.
Left side of your screen, on the defensive side of the football, you'll see it right there. And then the extracurricular activity taking place in the middle of the screen, and then here comes the hanky.
And so half the distance to the goal, they do enforce that one against West Monroe. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against both teams.
So after all of that is said and done, we're right back where we were, trying the normal extra point from the 3-yard line.
Barefield will try to tie it. Billy Barefield just inside and good. It was close. We're tied up. Happy holidays, everybody. Duron for the touchdown.
Guys, I talked to number 56, John Bell, on the sideline. He said that his ankle popped. They're going to ice him down for about 20 minutes, see if he can put some weight on it. They're not sure if he'll be back in the game. Back up to you.
All right, thank you, Tressie.
So we're knotted at 14 with 1:18 to go in the third quarter. And this one's shaping up to be another classic.
Well, the kickoff is going through the end zone, and the touchback will bring it out to the 20.
The college football season is over, but not to worry. The AFL is coming back strong. The New Orleans Voodoo returns in 2005 for an all-new arena football season. Watch as head coach Mike New leads the New Orleans Voodoo in their second season. Don't miss your chance to follow the Voodoo season from kickoff to championship right here on Cox Sports Television, the defending Southern Division champs of the Arena Football League.
Super fast and super exciting Voodoo Arena football.
Timeout going to be called down on the field, and it's going to be timeout Evangel.
All right, so Evangel responds very quickly to tie the game. West Monroe goes for 2 to get up by 7, and they needed those 2 points as Evangel fires back.
Go to www.coxsportstv.com to get all your answers about Cox Sports Television. Learn about all the great teams and shows that CST airs, from the LHSAA report to New Orleans Hornet basketball. Get your home team advantage right here on Cox Sports Television.
I've enjoyed all of these games, Rob, and it's been an exciting weekend in New Orleans. And look who is coming into the box. Commissioner Henry, or is it the Hulk?
Well, he found him some Hulk gloves somewhere, and oh, there he is, right there on the left side of your screen, the commissioner. And goodness, he can be dangerous with those things on his hands.
Everybody having fun. Glad to have Tommy Henry in the box with us.
And well, there's my boy Brian Duvall right now. You see, that guy right there is the reason that I sound the way I do on the air. He has come with just about everything possible for us to say up here in the booth. And our producer, way back here, I don't know, right here, she's hiding from the camera. Melissa has been ill all weekend, but she stuck it out. And we got her a chair finally, and Melissa has made Dennis McCain a lot more than he actually is.
Keeping the ball is Thomas. He didn't have much choice there as he goes to the 22-yard line, and Schreiber, Zach Schreiber was...
Well, I'm not too sure about the commissioner with those Hulk gloves on. That you bump into him in the hallway and that could be lights out.
My goodness, I looked up and two big fists were in the air, green fist.
And he was waving them. Hey, he's happy. This is when Tommy's at his happiest, when he sees an event like this come off, and it's just flawless. I mean, the staff and Mitch Small and Max Chauvin, BJ Gazzardo, all of his staff, they pull it off every year, and it's not an easy thing to do, but they seem to make it look easy.
12 minutes to go in the Big Easy. 12 minutes to go, but a lifetime of memories.
Our cameras are all over the city of New Orleans, and they've enjoyed themselves, some of the Evangel support groups here in the Dome with the Santa caps on and the bow tie. And Dennis Dunn, well, right now this isn't a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun to watch, but when you're a coach, man, the stomach can build up a little acid about right now.
Third down, 8 to go for West Monroe. Drew Thomas is throwing the ball incomplete, and they tried to get it out there to Brandon Banks. One quarter to go. We could have started right here with 11:54 to go because we're all even.
Yeah, the scoring drive was 4 plays, 74 yards, Dennis, 57 seconds. So they do it quick. The quick strike offense of the Evangel Eagles, and they're going to get it again and should get pretty good field position out of this one.
West Monroe will punt it.
Nice
and
kick.
The high punt is fair caught at about the 36-yard line. Our thanks to Ouachita Credit Plan. Thanks, Larry McDonald. StopACrack.com. Windshield repair and supplies. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Dan's Southern Style Barbecue. By Green Sports, a great sporting goods store in West Monroe. A beautiful store, flooring and decorating. Teresa's in West Monroe. The Hampton Inns and Suites in New Orleans. DiMaggio, Wright, Roy in Edwards, representing injured people all over the state of Louisiana. Cajun Constructors, Baton Rouge, Dallas, and Houston, Cracker Barrel, and FlashPixPhoto.com. Well, let's see if West Monroe can stop the Eagles this time as they tip the ball and it bounces around, trying to get it to Hewlett. Van Buren tipped it away.
And Hewlett is hurt. Lost his shoe. Look at it again, a little tip drill here, and West Monroe nearly gets the interception. And Hewlett nearly gets the big catch and then gets popped. And Hewlett will have to find his shoe, and he's got it.
Second down and 10 for Duron and Evangel, and they screen it back to the right. Nothing there. The Rebels have that one sandwiched in. Bachman has the football, but the Rebels have Bachman. Will Blackwell, 266 pounds, and Arthur Hardy also combined on the tackle.
So a third down and 11 for Evangel. Dennis McCain, Evangel has only run 9 offensive plays in the second half. This will be the 10th.
With Rob Mushmack, Dennis McCain here with Tracy Landecker down below and doing a great job on the sideline. And Duron wants a timeout before Evangel plays it 3rd and 11. Let's keep it right here as Dennis Dunn calls his troops over to talk about an important 3rd down and 11.
Catch all of the girls and boys basketball championships from the Sweet 16 in Hammond and the top 28 in Lafayette right here on Cox Sports Television. Join us in March as we bring you all 7 classes from the best basketball anywhere in America right here in the state of Louisiana. Check with www.coxsportstv.com during the month of March to see if your team will be playing for a title.
5 classes in football, but when it comes to basketball, well, they add a couple of more classes to the mix as we go down to B and C, and we do that not only in boys basketball but also in girls, and so that makes a total of 14 state championship games. You know, both of the crowds, Rob, very knowledgeable at Evangel and at West Monroe. These 2 schools see big-time football every week.
When you watch good football for as long as they've watched it, you can't help but be knowledgeable.
We hope that you're enjoying the game in Texas and in Florida and wherever you are throughout this holiday season and throughout the Gulf South.
Will Blackwell, the sophomore, moved, but it looked like he might have been drawn.
Dead ball, offside, defense.
No, he wasn't.
Well, he made the first move, and of course, in high school ball, when the defense moves, you can't step back, because when you step into the neutral zone, it is encroachment. And so the penalty goes against West Monroe, and it'll set up now a 3rd down. But the Eagles will play at 3rd down and 6 from the 40-yard line, and here we go.
1 out of 4 on 3rd down for Denny Duron.
A big play could mean the football game for either team. Duron, the throw, he's way back in the shotgun. It's tipped and almost intercepted, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage by the Rebels.
Looked like Big Will Blackwell made up for the offsides and got the big mid up there and knocked it down. Take a look at it right here, 95. Boom! Nearly intercepted off the ricochet by Kyle Townsend. And the Eagles will punt it to the Rebels with 10:53 to go, and we're in a dead heat.
In the punt is Graves.
Duron 2 for his last 5 for 13 yards.
Ronaldo Graves, number 8, waiting for the ball. He gets a good snap, and Graves steps into it. Out of bounds. Right about the 19-yard line. Now it's where they're putting it, the 19-yard line. Happy holidays to all of you. 40 yards on the punt. West Monroe will have it when we come back on Cox Sports Television. The Rebels get the football again at the 19. And they come up with a tight formation. That is, except a couple of receivers that are out to the left side. And Banks and Goodin are in the backfield behind Thomas. Thomas is keeping it again, and Thomas is weaving his way as he turns sideways and falls ahead. Dan Kramer tripped him up.
Well, he fell forward for 5. Closing in on the 10-minute mark to go. A lot of time. Eagles with only 1 timeout left. West Monroe with the full complement. Rushing yards, and the Rebels have chewed up a lot of this turf.
2nd down, the Rebels have 5 to go. And Thomas still has the ball. Thomas is pulled to the ground at the 19 by a hard charging Rashad Bratton.
One more look at it. Bratton just grabbed a hole and said, you're not going anywhere but down. So a 3rd down and 11. Thomas. They're 2 for 9 on 3rd downs. He's missed his last 4 passes. You've almost got to think he's got to put it up here.
3rd down, the situation is 9 to go. The option play and the keeper, well, they'll get a couple of yards. Maybe 3, but not nearly enough. Barone is tackling, and West Monroe is getting ready to punt it to Evangel.
So both offenses a little conservative their last couple of touches and playing a game of field position right now, and Evangel's going to have the better of it after the punt unless the Rebels can pick up a turnover here.
Scott Love is back to punt. He hits it at the 15, and Jennings is catching it for Evangel to midfield. Jennings to the 40. Jennings is gone. He's taking it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles.
So the special teams get it done for the Eagles. 63 yards on the return, and the Eagles have taken the lead.
Jennings, the high-flying Eagle who wears number 14. Let's look at it one more time.
Nice block. And the move, the sideline opens up, and the Eagle has landed.
Barefield will try to make the lead 7. His kick is low, but it's high enough. And the Eagles lead it 21-14 as Jennings electrifying punt return.
Pointing for directions and setting up his blockers, and right here he knew it. Jennings to the house. And the Eagles are up by 7. And the chant of Eagles in the dome.
Chase Jennings did not hesitate when he got the punt. He started to the right side of the field. He needed one block, and then he turned it on.
So the Eagles retake the lead. They put up 14 unanswered.
And if you think that's something, you ought to see the streets of New Orleans as this place empties out. In high school football, there's nothing like it, and nothing like the way we play it in Louisiana.
Seen a lot of high school football, and it just gets better and better every year in this state. And the proof's in the pudding. You don't need me to tell you. Just look at the NFL rosters on Sundays, and it seems like everybody's got 1 or 2 from Louisiana.
The kickoff is being fielded by Goodin. Now watch Goodin. He's dangerous. He's twisting, and he's going out to the 36-yard line. A nice return. Stewart had to grab Goodin and pull him down, and Goodin was moving, and he was moving in a high rate of speed and needing just one block.
He's quick. Good blocking. Nearly had it set up for him right here. Had he just been able to break it outside, there was nothing out there. But the Eagles keep him in the middle of the field, and Mr. Thomas has got to move him 65 and 825.
From the 36-yard line, Drew Thomas calls the signals. Brandon Banks has the ball, and Brandon is plunging out to the 39.
Well, this is just good football. 2 fundamentally sound teams sticking with their schemes, hopping each other. And if you want to know how close it is, if the score is not enough, look at the total yardage in the contest. 2 yards. Evangel through the air. West Monroe the old-fashioned way on the ground.
Second down. Thomas throws it and completes it to Middleton.
Partner, this is good. I'm having fun.
Stewart defending for
And
Evangel.
Thomas takes the hit as soon as he gets rid of the football. So the post pattern pays off again
Well, a
for the
shaky
Rebels.
start to the play. Shaky at first, but Drew Thomas got control of the ball, and he got it down to Middleton, and Middleton advances the pigskin to the 31-yard line.
And right back come the Rebels. And the chant of Rebels now reigns in the dome. Thomas, 3 out of 8 for 63, none bigger than the last one.
Goodin to the left side. He is bouncing off of one of the tacklers. He was hit and detained, and he fought for another yard. And the official comes in and throws a flag.
Face mask going to be called on Evangel. He grabbed it and he turned it, Dennis. This might be 15. You got to let go and they'll give you 5, but the head did look like it turned.
Good call, Robin. You've got an eagle eye. A personal foul against Evangel.
Right in the middle of your screen, right here. Watch. There's good.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
You got it. Let go of it right there, but the head turns and that's 15, and the Rebels have set up shop in a hurry.
At the 14-yard line, the Eagles defending.
This is where Brandon Banks took over on their last touchdown drive.
The Rebs attacking Brandon Banks near the quarterback, right behind him in the fullback position. And he has it again, and the big guy is slamming in there and down to the 11.
Steady diet of Brandon Banks when they get down here.
Hunter Mullings applied the hit for Evangel.
Second down.
Don Schowes and the Rebel offense. Well, there it is, 53,965 in the dome. The LHSA thanks you all for supporting high school football. Bang!
Straight ahead again, and this time it's down to just short of the 6-yard line as Banks 2 times comes up the middle. Hawkins, Michael Hawkins, and Dan Kramer team up to make the stop.
What a salute to high school football in the state of Louisiana when nearly 54,000 come through the turnstiles to watch a football game. That's huge.
Third down. 3rd and 3 for West Monroe. Everybody on their feet in the dome.
Delay of game. Ouch.
Delay offense.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 8, and that changes the whole equation for Don Schowes. 7th penalty for 39 yards, but forget those other 34. That last 5 was big. See if they don't look for Nate Middleton. Middleton in the slot. He's been the hot hand when they go to the air with it.
The ball back now at the 12-yard line. West Monroe needs to make it to the 4. Brandon Banks is inside the 10. Banks is just inside the 9, but now it will be 4th down. 4th down and right at 5 to go. 4th and a long 4 for West Monroe. West Monroe's going to go for it, Rob, because if they don't make it, Evangel will get the football, they'll play field position, and of course they have a chance to pick up the first down or leave Evangel inside the 10. Let's see what happens.
Middleton to the far side, Frost in the slot. Banks and Goodin dot the I. Timeout Rebels.
They just got the timeout with a second left on the play clock. So we'll have to wait to see what happens after the timeout. 4 and 4.5 to go when we come back.
Alligators. We're down in swamp country down here in South Louisiana.
Evangel by 7. West Monroe 4th down. And right at 5 to go. They'll have to make the 4-yard line to get a first. The Rebels line up in their familiar set with Brandon Banks right there. And the quarterback is keeping it. He's going to get down to inside the 7, but he's short. The Eagles hold, and Evangel takes over.
They keep it on the ground. 4:42 to go, and the Eagles have the football. Thomas, they've tried this play tonight, and it's worked for them very well. But not this time. The Eagles snuff it out, and Dennis Dunn and the Evangel sideline gonna give some high fives to the D. And the Rebels have to make a stand.
Duron is given to Barefield. Barefield is running hard, and he's slicing and slashing with it straight up the middle and out to the 15-yard line.
Barefield gets 8. 2nd and 2 for the Eagles.
Carpenter made the tackle. Second and 2. Evangel looking for 2 to 3 first downs to run some clock. And Duron is keeping, and Duron is picking up a first down out at the 19-yard line. First down for the Eagles.
3:59 as they set the chain. Denny Duron, that's 40 tough yards too. He's going to have more bruises than he is yards. But it doesn't matter right now.
From the 19-yard line, Duron and the Eagles, the ball's on the ground, and there's a big pileup. I believe that Duron got on it, and that was the break that the Rebels were looking for, but Duron jumps on the football. He does lose back to the 15.
Great job of getting down on the football by Duron, and the Rebels were all over that.
Clemens was the Rebel who was right there, but Duron got on the ball.
2nd and 14, loss of 4. Duron. Kind of looks like Josh Mooney where he's at now, partner.
He has 2 blockers in front of him, and so the short snap to one of the men back is Barefield. Barefield's across the 20. And Barefield is advancing out to the 21-yard line.
Direct snap to Barefield. Picks up positive yardage, but it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
Well, when you line up in that formation, you have a number of options. You have 2 men you consider it 2 up closer, then back to Duron.
This one is gigantic. 1 of 4 for Evangel on 3rd down tonight.
Well, the old clock's ticking away down to 2:13 to go in the 5A state championship game. And Evangel wanting to get a first down, and the Rebels wanting to hold. Duron is firing way down the field and just overthrown as he was trying to get it to Graves.
And that stops the clock on the incomplete pass, and the Rebels are going to get a shot, but Graves had a step. Watch it at the end. Dennis Dunn. You got to get him the ball, Denny.
Graves is back to punt it. You'll need a good one here, West Monroe.
And Van Buren is a dangerous customer.
The Rebels could be getting good field position. Let's see what Graves does. He kicks a high punt that is sailing down to Van Buren. And Van Buren's catching the ball and then stepping out of bounds. And he's out at the 48-yard line. Good field position for the West Monroe Rebels. All right at midfield, they spot the ball. 1:51 to go. One last chance for the West Monroe Rebels. They have 2 times out left, but you can't count on getting the ball back another time. This one, though, they have plenty of time, and let's see what the Rebels do as they fake the handoff and then they flip it to an open receiver, and that is Brandon Banks. Out of the backfield, Banks inside the 40 to the 38. Hawkins hitting for the Eagles.
Partner, you were very kind in the way you said that and politically correct, but I'm not going to be. I'm going to tell you, this is it. The Rebels don't get it here. This is it. They ain't going to get it back.
1:41 to go, and why would you think I'd be politically correct with a statement?
I don't know. You spend a lot of time in the governmental building downtown.
First down for West Monroe. Drew Thomas to throw. Thomas is throwing, and he's completing it out of bounds to Fowler at the 32-yard line.
So I guess now we get to look at Air Rebel. Thomas rolls to the near side, and great job getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. They picked up 6. Rebels with 2 timeouts left. The Eagles have 1.
Second down, 4 to go for the young men who play from a high school in West Monroe. Here is Goodin. Goodin is fighting and getting it. He's down the sideline. He's inside the 10. He's down at the 5-yard line. First and goal, West Monroe.
Are you kidding me? Frank Goodin. Watch this play. What an effort by Frank Goodin.
Stewart saved the touchdown.
Stewart got him by the ankles. First and goal, Rebels.
2 pulls at the jersey, but that won't stop Goodin. That will at the 5. The Rebels have it first and goal.
Goodin just hit the century mark. And Dennis, it's about as loud as I've heard it in here since LSU beat Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl.
The clock is not a factor. West Monroe has 2 times out left, and they have 1:15, and so that's plenty of time for the Rebels.
Well, the Evangel defense will need to stiffen. But the Rebels need 5, and partner, you're about to see a steady diet of Brandon Banks.
Oh, the big guy can feel it as he lines up. Behind Drew Thomas, his quarterback. And the big offensive line gets ready to block. Brandon Banks to the 2-yard line.
Brandon Banks, and there goes the clock.
It's
down to a minute.
It's not a factor.
It is a factor.
Well, it's a factor.
Because West Monroe doesn't want to leave any time on it.
Well, you're exactly right, but I'm saying it's not a factor for the Rebels. They have plenty of time from the 2-yard line. Brandon Banks is easing up closer and closer to the quarterback. He has the ball, and he is at the 1, but he's not in. The Eagles stack it up, and now the Rebels will call timeout.
The Eagles said not this time, Mr. Banks. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2, and Brandon Banks, you don't see him go backwards much, but he hit a big black wall that time.
Smash mouth football, Monroe style, West Monroe style. But the Eagles that time were up to the task as they stacked it up, and then they swarmed on Banks, but Banks has it at the 1.
I don't think that graphic is right. I think West Monroe has 1 timeout left. We'll need to check that. The scoreboard says 1. Our graphics say none, and of course, I've got to admit it, our graphics haven't been wrong.
But still plenty of time with 32 seconds. Time enough to line up and run it twice.
You can run it twice, but you better score in one of those 2 or you're going to have a lot of problems.
Well, it'll be 4th down.
Well, then the clock's going to become a factor.
Well, it's over if they don't score, but they have 2 chances to get it in. And here comes...
Well, you're right, because they changed the yard marker to 3rd down. It wasn't 2nd down.
At the 1-yard line. Maybe Banks again, the younger Banks in the Banks family. He has the ball. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, West Monroe.
And if you're Don Shells, do you kick it or do you try and win the title right here?
Well, the quarterback keeps the ball there. We thought that Banks had it, and so did the Eagles.
But he Don Shells has not sent the field goal, the extra point unit on the field yet. Look at him. He's been here before, buddy. And the Rebels are lining up to win it all right here. And Barber, the voice is gone.
28 seconds to go. The Rebels are going to try to win it. They're 1 point down, and they're going for 2. Drew Thomas is calling his signals, and he takes the handoff, takes the ball, and tries to get it to bounce the ball on the ground, and they don't get it in. The Eagles hold.
There's a fumble on the play. There's no signal yet.
Well, we're going to have to sort it out.
He didn't make it. Evangel, 21, West Monroe, 20. Don Shells went for it all. The onside kick will come and
That was a fumble. The ball was at the goal line. If the Rebels could have recovered it, the 2 points would be good. And look at the pileup right there. And an Eagle fights underneath and recovers.
One more look at it from behind. Watch the ball squirt out. Right there. It's loose. It looks like Stewart for Evangel got on top of it.
And so West Monroe does score as Drew Thomas faked it to Brandon Banks down at the 1 and went in behind Brandon Banks. Either one of those young men could have made it into the end zone. They score and they go for 2. Shocking developments in the Superdome as West Monroe played to win the football game.
I don't have a problem with playing to win. And Don Shells threw the dice. And that takes a lot of guts. But it takes a lot of guts for the Evangel defense to bow up. And West Monroe will need to execute the onside kick to have a shot. If Evangel recovers it, you're going to see the V formation.
Well, Rob, I didn't pay to get into the Superdome, but if I had to pay to get in,
somebody to pay on the way out.
That's right. I feel like I need to pay somebody for this show. And we thank West Monroe and Evangel from Cox Sports Television for a classic 5A state championship game. The onside kick is on the ground, but the Eagles recover it.
Nice job by the Rebel coaches. You can certainly understand the emotions to come this far. It was hot in August, and it's still hot in December.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
It was loose.
Like
West Monroe's going to get the football.
Raven jumps on it.
And the Eagles are going to hold on.
Well, maybe Little, as we have a lineup change in Jeremy Little. Number 81 is the man who jumps on the ball for Evangel. So
and
Evangel
a very touched Drew Thomas, and Don Schals had his guys in position to win and gave them a chance to win, showed tremendous confidence in his offense to keep them out there to go for two. And they went to what got them down there, and that was Brandon Banks.
Well, it's all over now. The state championship will go to Evangel. That is if they can hold on to the football and kneel down and get out of town with a win. West Monroe went to win the football game, and they didn't hesitate as Don Schals
and Dennis Dunn celebrates, and the Eagles have won maybe the best high school football game that I've ever called.
Rob, we've seen some good ones, and we just seem to be there when the big games happen, and we got another good one tonight in the Superdome, 21-20. The Eagles hold on, and when I say hold on, that's what they had to do in the end, and some very emotional feelings out there right now as these two teams left it all on the field tonight in the Louisiana Superdome. We'll be back.
All right, guys, thanks so much. I'm down here with head coach Dunn. What an exciting finish, coach.
Incredible high school football game, incredible atmosphere. You couldn't ask for any better outcome. Great game. You hate that anybody has to lose this football game because it was such a well-played game on both sides, and just such a credit to our kids and their work ethic, and to put this game in perspective, they deserve it.
Coach, the big play of the game, obviously the defensive stance for the extra point.
Yeah, huge play. I mean, it was reminiscent of 1996. It happened in 1996 for us, but you know what's great is the you know, they went up 14-7. We got the big play, got down, tied it up, swing of momentum, and then the big punt return by Chase Jennings. So just a total team effort.
Coach, have you ever had a game this exciting?
We've had a few this exciting. Like I said, 1996 in the Dome was just about like this.
Well, enjoy your victory with your team. Congratulations, Coach Dunn. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Tressie, and thank you for being on the spot down there with Coach Dennis Dunn of Evangel High School, and some very happy young men right there. And Coach Dunn, Rob, very gracious as he compliments West Monroe.
Yeah, well, and he should. And I tell you what, Dennis, we've, like you said, we've seen some good ones, but this was far surpassed. We knew we were going to have a football game, but and a good one, but my goodness, you can't put this into words.
Can you imagine standing on the sideline as a defensive coordinator like for Evangel High School, and you think they're going to kick the extra point, you say, guys, try to block it, all of a sudden, here comes the offense back on the field.
Well, both of these teams are so well coached, and they're so well prepared, Dennis. They know they've got something for every situation. And as quick as Don Schals said, we're going for two to try and win it, the Evangel coach staff said, well, you're going to have to make the 3 yards because we got a defense to stop you.
The state runner-up to the West Monroe Rebels. Those young men fought their hearts out. The first loss of the year for West Monroe.
5A state runner-up in 2004.
And the Rebels, you don't have to say they'll be back, because that's an understatement. That's a given. And Don Schals, and You can't fault the man, and I'll tell you what, he went for it all, and he didn't get it, but I'm going to tell you what, I thought it was a great call. You had the momentum. You had just scored, and your offense, what confidence to show in your offense is they had to fight for every yard they got all night tonight, and they came up 1 yard short.
Well, don't you just love West Monroe, Louisiana? What a great community, and they are 100% behind their Rebels.
The next award
in West Monroe.
Outstanding Player Award for West Monroe High School as selected by the working media. Presenting the award, State Farm Agent Pam Cardo of West Monroe. Outstanding player, number 45, Brandon Banks.
And Brandon Banks selected the outstanding player for West Monroe. And Brandon Banks will give that plaque back any day for a state championship, but it's well deserved, Brandon.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Good job, young man. Brandon Banks,
the next
the outstanding player for West Monroe.
Is the Baden-Lexham official game ball. Sponsored by the Southern Quality Ford Dealers. Game ball presented by Mr. David Moore of Hickson Autoplex, Monroe. Game ball goes to Evangel head coach Dennis Duron.
And Dennis Duron nearly fumbled it.
The next award, the State Farm Outstanding Player Award for Evangel High School as selected by the working media. Outstanding Player Award is being presented by State Farm Agent Bill Barker
Denny
of
Duron.
Baton Rouge. Outstanding player for Evangel, number 14, Chase Jennings.
That's why you don't jump the gun, partner.
Well, the punt return was the difference.
Chase Jennings. And boy, did he light it up down that far sideline. Bill Barkas from State Farm presenting the trophy.
And the final award.
He was picking them up and putting them down and flying down the sideline for the big punt return.
Don Ashworth of Shreveport is the Class 5A State Farm LHSAA State Championship Trophy to Evangel High School. Head coach Dennis Duron, principal Miss Linda Bass.
Well, Evangel and their fans celebrate the Evangel High School Eagles from Shreveport, Louisiana. We're going to come back and wrap it up. But we're going to pause for a moment. On Cox Sports Television, Evangel wins the 5A state championship in the Louisiana Superdome.